continues with we continue what's happening last episode. That this one's a Muse centric episode because they're finding out that a lot of Muse's artwork is getting onto the street, and Daredevil and Kingpin are hearing about this. Like Daredevil learns from Ollie, because finding out there's a lot of kidnappings going on. There's a serial killer named Muse who uses people as their victims, and we do see one scene where he takes two girls and takes them and make him his new artwork as well. And then we get more with Kingpin dealing with the 1.8 and the 1.5 and my mistake doing what Vanessa did, and then we'll get taken off the books and all that. And there's a great scene where they both talk about how you're going to these places for ego and vanity and all that stuff. And we get to see more of the Swordsman, which he does return in this episode, and it's great to see him in some dialogue pieces, because he's at the Kingpin's like vanity party and all that, which is great. And it's great to see got the actor's name from Hawkeye, but it's great to see him back at the Swordsman. We always see one scene of him doing an actual Swordsman. It's from a video from a guy who shows BB on the opening BB report that we see mostly throughout the show, so which is nice. So he's still in action, and he's still going to these fancy places. Good for him. He's lucky man. He's rich, obviously, and it is just amazing. And we see more of Matt still grieving over Foggy and saying his morning prayers, which has come back at the end of this episode as well, and it's so good. And Hurston's like, why talking about the when and why vigilantes wear masks and not why they don't wear masks, like why they wear masks, not wear masks, that kind of feel. And they joke about I'm gonna interview Frank Castle like the Punisher. I'm like, no, you can't interview him. And all that. And we see Kingpin learning about Muse's antics, so he's really annoyed. So he's assembled his new anti-vigilante squad, which are all the corrupt cops with the Punisher logos on their underneath their hand. As we see more of, because we see all these corrupt cops wearing them, because they're all Punisher obsessive fans, if you will, because they're taking Punisher's ideology is a bit too far, kind of like we saw in Falcon Winter Soldier, how like the military, or like how people put people on pedestals, but I see the flaws or weakness, the strengths and weaknesses are important, but these cops are very much corrupt cops, and they are taking a bit too far. They're trying to be like the Punisher, the way he's acting and the way how Punisher does it, but they don't actually see what he does, but they're trying to follow in his footsteps in the wrong ways. So this makes this anti-vigilante squad, so pretty much he can, of course, take the entire city under his wing and pretty much create what he always wants. He wants to make New York in the way he wants it to be, which I hope they do He's for Hire in season 2 or in a show coming up soon, maybe. And we hear Daryl is finding her on the phone that Alia has been kidnapped by Muse, and of course he goes into action, which is great. And there's a great scene where Muse is doing he always hits victims and he's extracting the blood out of them, sucking them out, extracting them, and then you just hear the train go past, and then Muse looks back to the train. You see there's a red light, and then it's a great kind of visual imagery, and it's really good. You see the red lights back the train, they go very past, and then you see a silhouette of Daredevil just running at him, and it's so cool the way they shot it too. And then they both go full into action. They just go right into the battle, and of course Kingpin goes down to the cell where he keeps his rabbit snowstorm poultry, which he still keeps, which is nice too. And then he goes to speak to Adam, and he's like, what you did to me was very bad, but I'm gonna give you a one-way walk out. But he just throws the axe on the floor, and he thinks he's gonna let him go. But then Adam just goes for the kill, and then Kingpin just literally just wallops the guy, just beats the living crap out of him. It's like that, just beats him up like that, and it's so great. And then Daryl beats Muse, but he gets away, so he does survive as well. And there's also a great shot where he gets up and the camera rotates as well, which is really cool. And Daredevil saves Alia, but then of course Muse gets away, and then Himmler just sits there, just very, very calmly, like he always does, and it just ends like that. And it's such a good episode too. It is amazing. I can't see the next, because we're nearly ending this episode. This season 4. It's basically season 4 if you think about it, leading into season 2 coming next year, aka season 5, if you will. And we got 2 more episodes left. It is a great return for the show and these characters. It's truly season 4 in a way it's supposed to be. Would it be different if Netflix did it? I don't know, but I'm glad it's back at Disney. That's for sure. So that's just my quick thoughts on episode 6.